everyone, and welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog, where we discuss all things entrepreneurship and running. It is a relatively fresh morning. It's about 5 degrees, still a little bit dark, but no wind, so decent running conditions. And it's Saturday summary today, where we give a weekly update as the journey of a serial entrepreneur. So remember, if you like this video, please give it a like and a subscribe, and let's get started. So, weekly updates today. I'm pleased to say it's been a better week this week than it was last week. Last week was just one of those horrible weeks where you feel like it's just incredibly hard work. And this week's been similar in terms of the work, how hard it's felt, but the outcomes have been much more positive, which is always rewarding. I think Christmas has come at a good time because I'm a little bit mentally and emotionally depleted at the moment, so just nurture myself through to Christmas, have a nice break over Christmas and restart, recharge and refresh myself ready for the year ahead. So as always, I'll go through each business in order and give you the updates, the highs and lows of each, so that we can kind of establish how it's gone. So if we start with Property Empire Investments, which is the deal sourcing business, and much better week this week. Had some negotiations with some key personnel within the government agency, and it was pleased to say that we're back live with our sourcing, and we've got some new criteria and some service level agreements agreed that we need to adhere to. So there's a few tweaks and iterations we need to do to the sourcing process, but I think the moral to the story is, previously where all our structures and systems have been set up on the back of one of the partners' relationship, I think ultimately whoever's setting up the systems and processes, and obviously in my case it's me, needs that direct contact with the supplier, so that we can actually get things agreed in a collaborative method and we're all on the same page. And I think ultimately what happened was there were a few things that were missed when we set things up, and as a result it was our sourcing activity was creating some kind of issues for the government-backed agency. So hopefully we've now addressed that, and clearly we've done enough to appease the agency because we're back live with the sourcing, which is happy days. So big positive there, because we were thinking that we've had to pause for a week basically in the sourcing, and it's already amazing how when you work into a pipeline, the impact of that is quite significant, i.e. that it will drastically slow the pipeline, because pipelines are all based on momentum and it's constantly dropping new stuff in. If you have a gap, then there's going to be inevitable lull. So we had some personnel issues as well that I talked about last week. They're kind of controlled at the moment, but I'm still a little bit concerned about the longevity of certain relationships within the team, which isn't a nice place to be, but we're just monitoring it at the moment to kind of gauge how things goes. And unfortunately, I've always said that the three most important things to systemize, outsource, scale business is systems and processes, number one, people are number two, and three is data. But people is such an integral part, but unfortunately people can often equal problems as well, and that's what we're experiencing a little bit in the business at this moment in time, which is frustrating, because when you look at the biggest opportunity we've got ahead of ourselves, it's really exciting. So no additional income for that business because we've been paused on the selling. We have placed some deals that were already in the pipeline with existing investors who had pre-committed to deals, so it's good to kind of service some of those, and which is good. And so overall it's been a pretty good week, just no revenue coming in for it, which is, so hopefully we might be able to get some revenue in before the end of the year now for December, but December is going to be a notoriously poor performing month, but we will be in a very good position to kind of crack on again in the new year. So definitely a better week for Property Empire Investments. Property Empire Builder, we've gone from, I think obviously 2 weeks ago we did the webinar, we had 85 subscriptions. The follow-up has been kicking in over the past couple of weeks, and I think the last week alone, I think we're up to about 120 subscribers now. So the follow-up sequences with our affiliates as well is doing really, really well. So really, really pleased with that, and we're still promoting it, we're still pushing it, because it's a big promotion on that business right the way through to the end of the year, where our introductory 1 month to sign up offer, sorry, £1 to sign up for a month offer will be closed at the end of the year. So there'll be a lot of promotion on that for the next few weeks to the end of the year. But overall, that's going really well. We're tweaking and iterating the funnel, just getting the membership platform ready now for launch in the new year. So the modules are starting to get uploaded, ready for release, which is super exciting. So again, another positive week for the Property Empire Build. And I think from my perspective at the moment, I'm having daily marketing meetings at the moment with the marketing team. We're just building funnel after funnel. Even our websites are geared around funnels. So, and I love funnels, and you know, I'm seeing the true benefit of them now, how they're kind of automated converting sales in the background. So long may that continue with all the other ventures we do. The property business is ticking over very, very slow. Not a disastrous week, not a great week. On the flip side, the block of flats where we had the big down valuation, and we're scrabbling around to try and negotiate with the existing lender, and it looks as though we have a agreement in principle with them, which is amazing, because they, you know, ultimately they didn't like what we were proposing. They could have started putting some legal pressure on us, which is the last thing you want after a COVID pandemic and approaching Christmas. So the lenders agreed in principle to a kind of a contingency package that I've put together with the lender, and using some of the existing portfolio to prop up the issue with the deficiency in the redemption figure to what the refinance package is going to bring in, and within principle they've agreed to it. So I've got to deliver that next week now, which is going to be more full on effort and emotionally draining, but I feel that there is a potential light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself, because I'm long enough in the tooth to realise that stuff can change pretty quick. So but overall, big positive, because last week when I was reporting the valuation had come in at less than half of what it was valued for a block of 9 flats, so you can imagine it's $500,000 down valuation basically, which is big money. I was stressing big time about that last week. So scary what goes through valuers' minds these days, but I'll never understand them. I don't think I'm going to try either. So overall, again, in terms of where we were last week to where we are this week, again, big positive week for my property business. Then next business is Runpreneur and the social media content repurposing agency. Big strides forward this week. The lead magnet is just getting finished now, which is our 70-step process to content repurposing. So anybody who wants to do this stuff and understand how it does it, we're giving our full checklist away. It looks really cool, and it's going to be launched possibly next week, and it'll be interesting to see, you know, how many people are interested in that, because that will ultimately be building our email list for when we launch the social media content repurposing agency. Probably we're looking at kind of beginning of Feb now next year. January will be to test the first beta client, and February will be the launch. But I've had a few calls this week as well, people who are interested in jumping on that, and so that's again super exciting. So there's definitely demand for this, and you know, people are seeing the difference of my content now, and how it's being bespokely released on different platforms in different formats, and it's all come from me just doing 2 videos a day, long form and a short form. Drop it into a shared drive, bang, the team do the rest. So it's amazing, and I'm very protective of it, because I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I know what it gives me, and I'm adamant it will give the same to others. So really, really excited about that. So loads of positive stuff. So, and then my first episodes that have gone through this new 70-step process have now been released, and I'm really, really impressed with the new thumbnails, the infographics, the kind of short form content, the highlight snippets, all this stuff, and how it's being utilised and optimised across all the different platforms in all the different formats. So i.e. the short form, long form, and how you can use a short form in multiple different short form scenarios, and how you can use a long form to kind of do that. In the new year, it will be repurposed into a podcast, and also a blog, transcribed into a blog. So it's super exciting what's going on with the content machine as such, and it's already brought so much to my life, both from a personal, business and well-being perspective. So really, really excited to see how that kind of cracks on again next year. So big positive for the social media content repurposing agency. Property Empire Construction and Maintenance needs a bit of work with the process around project management, and we have meetings lined up in the new year with the government agency to kind of get these steps in process to try and make sure that we're shortening our delivery times. And that's ultimately an issue for the agency at the moment, that we've got so many refurbs going on, they're all moving forward, but how can we move them on a little bit quicker, a little bit more efficiently? Because less time means a saving in money. A saving in money means more margin to us and a cost saving to the investor. So we're all on the same page here, but a bit of work to be done on that. But overall, it's a brand new business, so it's doing remarkably well compared to where it's come from to where it is, and there's a big focus on that for next year. So much so that we've got 2 guys in the south that are going to be spending 3 days a week in the north with our northern partner to really get to the grips with the refurb plan, to make sure that we're hitting the service level agreements that the government agency have specified. So again, you could look at it and think, oh, it's problems, but it's not really problems. It's just processes that need ironing out, and I kind of know what the solutions are, and I think when we sit down with the government agencies, we'll definitely know what those solutions are. So overall, it's been definitely a positive. Not an amazing week, because there's a lot of progress been made, but not in kind of monetary gain. However, it's not just about money, and when we look at the way the progress has been made from a pretty brutal week last week to where we are today, I'm very happy delivering this episode today. If you told me I'd be delivering this episode last week, today, I would have snapped your hand off. So very pleased where we are, and really excited about what's just around the corner now, which has culminated from a lot of hard work and effort. So that's pretty much it from me on my weekly summary. Personal life last week's been almost a write-off, because I've been scraping around trying to find contingencies and solutions to pretty challenging problems, but family's great. We're all geared up, looking forward to Christmas together. I think lockdown Christmas is, even though we've got a little bubble, it's going to be a more intimate and close Christmas, and the kids are all super stoked about it. So other than the business challenges, life is pretty good. So that's pretty much it today. As always, any questions, drop me a comment. I'll respond to everyone. If there's a bigger question, I'll record a vlog episode and tag you in. If this is not relevant to you, just unfollow, and it will stop cluttering up your social feeds. But before you do go, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, where all the episodes are catalogued nice and neatly in playlists, and hopefully there'll be something as a completely free resource that you can tap in and out of at some point in the future. Also, make sure you're in the Runpreneur Facebook group, where all the free resources, one of which will be my 70-step content repurposing checklist, that will be available for free in the Facebook group, so please don't miss out on that. So finally, the Runpreneur vlog was set up to help entrepreneurs, business owners, overcome the emotions of stress, anxiety and overwhelm by using exercise, in my case running, as a mechanism to control, manage and thrive under these emotions that every single entrepreneur and business owner experiences. It can often be the difference between success and failure, how well that business owner manages these emotions, which will determine whether they can go on to bigger and better things and thrive under the pressure, or whether they bottle everything up, pressure builds, and ultimately something breaks. Usually, unfortunately, that's either the entrepreneur has a breakdown or the business breaks down. Either or can be terminal to the likelihood of your business lasting the test of time. Now, I've been there. and it's pretty horrendous. I've lost businesses because of these issues. I struggle more so than most with entrepreneurial pride. When things aren't going well, I struggle to talk. The vlog has helped me no end because I'm finally opening up about challenges that I'm facing, whereas historically I would have bottled them up, and the pressure builds, you almost bury your head in the sand and stuff just breaks. And I've always said that my pledge to you guys is, if you are one of these entrepreneurs struggling with entrepreneurial pride, you don't feel you've got anyone to talk to, you're struggling with these emotions, drop me a message. I've had entrepreneurs do this already, whereby there's no catch at all. I'll jump on a call, no catch, no nothing attached to this. I just want to help you out. And if I can give you a few tips on how you can kind of manage these emotions more effectively and integrate it into your daily routine, and it saves just one entrepreneur, one business, then this vlog has been 1,000,000% worthwhile. So that's pretty much it for me today, so don't be too proud. Reach out if you need my help. And as always, if you like this video, please make sure you give it a like and a subscribe. If you want to see more similar content, check out the playlist link below. And I'll end as always with stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.